Kristana. Wristwear by Seconda sponsors the big reunion.
A decade ago, pop was an unstoppable force in the charts. As boy bands and girl bands showed a generation how to sing, dance, do denim, and slam dunk the funk. But for many idols, the dream came to an abrupt end.
We were dropped. We were a product.
Now, 6 former pop heavyweights are reuniting, dusting down their outfits and polishing their dance moves as they prepare for an epic one-off gig.
This is literally starting over from scratch.
I am going to fight in the corner. I'm not a pushover anymore.
This is the big reunion. Previously on the big reunion, 5 revealed the stories behind the image.
It was Beatles pandemonium.
It was like strapping yourself to a rocket, going boom.
There'd be fights going off.
Shut up! We were delinquents.
And they were dealt a bitter blow when Jay told the band that they'd have to keep on moving without him.
I was annoyed with Jay when he said he didn't want to be part of this.
Liberty X exposed the secrets behind the catsuits.
I was addicted to slimming pills. Am I going to get found out that I've been taking these pills? Am I going to get written about because I've put on more weight?
This is just a whole new level of shite.
There was no massive, big breakup. There was no children crying through helplines.
And for one member of Liberty X, getting back on stage will be a huge challenge.
I'm going to have the double mastectomy and reconstruction.
Tonight, 3 feisty kittens and pop poster boys 911 dish the dirt.
There she goes, looking like a star.
1998, Liverpool. A buxom blonde Kerry Katona was hungry for a taste of stardom.
I always knew from a really young age I was going to be on the telly. I remember being a kid and having my leotard on, and I used to turn the TV off so I could see myself dance.
Not one to hide her light under a bushel, Kerry was hell-bent on getting herself noticed.
Even before I was famous, I was always really well known. Don't know why, I think it might be my gob.
Aged 17, she was already working as a glamour model, lap dancer and performer in a musical dance troupe, the subtly named Horn Kings.
I'm in Germany performing, and this guy approached me, and he said, a friend of mine is putting a girl band together, why don't you go and see them? I thought, I've got no lose.
Kerry's talent for showing a lot of front instantly impressed, and Atomic Kitten was born. It wasn't long before she was joined by Scouse schoolgirl Liz.
Liz is kind of like the cute, tomboyish one.
I was shy, always spoke really quietly.
You know, I was like the feisty, gobby one.
Kerry was a nutter from that first second.
A third kitten was needed to make the kittens whole, so they stuck an ad in the local paper.
One of the first people to reply was this crazy, deep-voiced redhead. Literally from day dot, there was drama.
I didn't like her.
I was told I'll go around to the flat with the girls and do some dancing.
And I'm doing all these dance routines.
And I was just like, oh, well, what about if we do it like this?
This was my band. Who the hell does this 16-year-old girl think she is coming in under my roof, criticising my dance routines? I'm sorry, I'm just not working with her.
I think I'd kind of pushed the nose out of joint a little bit.
So, a spiky start for the pop princesses. Flashback to 5 years earlier, and 2 northern lads are taking their first steps towards fame.
Myself and Spike used to be on a TV show called The Hitman on Air. It was basically a kind of nightclub with Michaela Strachan and Pete Waterman with the presenters.
Another scintillating night, another scintillating game. Unbelievable.
All the big artists like E17, whoever was on the bill, we used to dance in between them all.
And obviously the generation before me and Spike was Jason Orange from Take That.
And when we seen them, and how many girls were going for them, we were like, oh, we want a piece of this.
Jimmy and Spike were solid dancers, but to complete the pop band, they had to confront the old-fashioned notion of drafting in someone who could actually sing.
The sooner we get somebody in, the sooner we can get on the road and get some women. You know, that's all we were kind of in it for.
And their luck was in. Would-be singer Lee Brennan was a fan of the dancing duo and badgered their management for an introduction.
I'd seen them a couple of times, like in my hometown of Carlisle, switching on Christmas lights, and I always thought they were amazing dancers.
We met him in Burger King in Carlisle.
And for me, I was meeting two famous guys. Yeah, that's really cool, like.
He said himself that he was quite starstruck with the whole situation.
The first thing I noticed was they had the jeans tucked into the boots, and I thought, twats.
Now the trio was complete, and a new boy band was unleashed.
This is now the beginning of 911. Let's see how far we can take this. We're going to have a #1 one day. That is our aim. We're going to work our asses off, and we're going to do Wembley Arena.
Undeterred by lack of interest from major record labels, they took their rough and ready show on the road and built a fan base from scratch.
So yeah, we spent probably a good year and a half, I think, just doing school tours.
We were doing about 5 to 6, 7 shows a day.
There was the excitement and there was the buzz because it was just 3 guys breakdancing and flipping all over the stage.
After 18 months of relentless backflipping in school halls across the country, the boys struck gold with a record deal worth £3.5 million.
There was always girls outside and we couldn't leave our hotels. You just couldn't go anywhere.
With the deal in the bag, girls flinging themselves at their feet, 911's journey to superstardom had begun. Coming up, the tales of excess and bad behaviour that broke the bands.
I was just like a walking hormone.
Oh my God, talk about binge drinking.
I just completely broke down. I thought, I don't want this anymore.
Looking back to how it was then, you was basically in prison.
We were literally screaming at each other.
He slammed me into this glass door.
I just lost it.